to my channel, and if you're new to my channel, hi. Today's video is going to be about how I got into university without any qualifications. I wanted to share my personal experience. It was a bit of a wave, and I just thought, and I know there's loads of people out there that have not got the qualifications that they want to get into university, but you can still get in, depending on your course. So this won't work for everything and everyone, but this is what worked for me and how I got in. So I'm a photography student. We just finished our second year. I'm going to go into my third year this year, like in September. I am a mature student. I'm 27, so I started uni quite late, but there's like loads of reasons why that happened, and maybe I might do a whole video on that another time, I'm not sure. But if this is my second time going to uni, I dropped out my first time, but yeah, again, that's a whole other story. But yeah, I just want to talk about my course and how I got in. I just thought I'd start with the reason why I didn't have the qualifications, because first of all, when I was at college and school, I had no idea that I wanted to do photography. I had no idea. I really wanted to do psychology, or like go into something to do with childcare or something like that, maybe nursing. But obviously I had no clear idea. I didn't know what I was doing at all. So yeah, in college, same thing. I was doing a bit of everything, and then I dropped out of college. Then I went back to uni to do psychology, and then I dropped out of that. And then I fast forward to 2018, when it was June, it was around this time, and I basically decided that I wanted to do photography. Now, I've always loved photography. I've always loved taking pictures. I'm basically the family photographer in any event, birthdays, anything, everything. I'm always taking the pictures, and I enjoy doing that, and I've always enjoyed it, but I've never really thought of it as a career or anything until June 2018. I was doing my beauty blogging back then, so I was doing a lot of flat lays, I was doing a lot of product shots and all that kind of stuff. At that time, I had a little Sony A5000, I think it was, the mirrorless cameras, and I wanted to do a bit of YouTube and everything. I was getting into all of the technical side of photography and videography and all that kind of stuff. I don't know, I was just sat at home one day, and I was like, you know what, I found out that you could do photography as a degree, and I was like, oh, I didn't know that was a thing. So I was like, great, I want to do this, how do I get in? And it was like June 2018. So obviously I don't have a lot of people do photography at college and then they get into uni, or they've done something in the creative art industry at college and they've got into university. I was in the category where I'm not a proper photographer, I'm not an official photographer. I class myself as just someone who likes to take pictures, and I'm just really interested in the subject, and I just love capturing moments and stuff like that. So that was my kind of idea of photography. It wasn't professional weddings and I don't know, parties and events and stuff. It wasn't anything professional. I applied anyway. I've got my, you know, you have the 5 A to C GCSEs, that's your basic level, and they're not even great, they're all C's, and but it's pretty standard stuff. So that's all I had going for me, and I had a few BTEC courses that I did at college, which are not photography related or art related or anything like that. They were just business, and I did a bit of childcare. So when I applied for uni, I made my application, I just put my all into it. My personal statement had a lot about why I wanted to do photography, why I'm so interested in it. I wanted to talk more about my passion about it, because if you're passionate about something, definitely let it be known when you're applying for uni, because more than your qualifications, your tutors and the university want to see why you're applying for the course altogether. So I really put down, I remember I spent a long time doing my personal statement, and I changed it and I chopped it and I showed my friends, my family, and I had loads of things changed to it. But in the end, it was something I was very, you make sure, if you're doing your personal statement, make sure you're 100% happy with it before you send it in. I applied straight to the university. It was a small fee because I'm not, because I did, you know, when you go into the UCAS application, I think there's like, I think you pay £12 to apply to one university. This was back then, so I don't know if it's changed, and then it's a bit more if you want to apply to multiple universities, but I only wanted to apply to the one near me, and that's all I was going for. I wasn't going out anywhere. There's 2 near me, but the other one wasn't doing the course I wanted to. So the first thing would be your personal statement. Make sure you the university is aware of why and what you want to do. Okay, so then after that I had submitted my application, I had an email obviously telling me everything's done, and then I was waiting for an interview date. Now, because we're so late into the year and obviously university is opening back up in September, I assumed that I was one of the very last applications, because when my tutor rang me to do a phone interview, he was literally on his way to the ferry because he's going on holiday. So it was, I remember I was so nervous. I was waiting for this call. I knew the call was going to come, but I didn't know what time of the day, so I was just hella nervous all day. I was on a mad one. I've got 3 children, so I was having one of my crazy moments with the kids. They were all in the car screaming and fighting, and I was driving to, I don't know where I was going, but I was driving, and I got the call and I was like, oh crap. I parked the car, I left the kids in the car, I jumped out, and I did my interview on the phone on the street. He was asking me about my basic knowledge on photography. Now, because I've always loved taking pictures and the whole like capturing moments and, you know, getting the right picture, but I've never really looked into the whole technical side of it. I knew the basics, I knew the very basic. He was asking me questions about the technical side of stuff, and I just said to him, like, I was quite blunt, and I was like, look, that side of stuff, I'm not very like aware of all that kind of stuff, and but I just really wanted to get in. I felt like if it wasn't then, it's just never going to happen. I wasn't going to apply to uni for the 3rd time, because no, that wasn't going to be me. So I was just trying to tell him that, you know, oh my god, I really want to do this course, it's everything I want to do, blah blah blah, all that kind of stuff. But he obviously had to see, he hadn't seen my portfolio at that point. He was just asking me basic questions about shutter speeds, iOS, f-stops and all that kind of stuff. Point of my whole photography thing, I had no idea what an f-stop was. I didn't know much about lenses, because what I was using was my Sony a5000. So that is like a mirrorless basic compact camera. I didn't have the basic knowledge on professional cameras. So on the phone he said to me, it seems that I may have to take like a foundation degree like for a year, or like another course that would basically bring me up to date about the basics of cameras, and then I can like apply for the degree. And I remember my heart sank, and I was like, no, this is what I want. At that point I did not want him to think that I'm messing about, so I didn't want to do another year. I didn't want to do a year doing basics shit. I just wanted to get straight to university. Because I didn't have the qualifications, he couldn't really just say to me, yeah, you know, you can join. So he then told me to send him my portfolio as soon as possible, because he's going to be jumping on his ferry and going on holiday. So I was like, shit, what do I do now? Because I didn't have a portfolio prepared. I was so like, I wasn't aware of all these I didn't do any research. What I should have done was done some research on how I need to apply for this course, but I always do this random stuff and I always get stuck in these situations. I quickly mocked up a I quickly mocked up a free website as a portfolio. When I applied to that interview, I was going around with my camera and being more aware of the kind of shots that I'm taking, just because I was just trying to like practice and stuff. So I had shots of my friends, I had shots of products and my blog and stuff, all of those kind of things. So I basically gathered all them pictures together, all the ones that I liked the most, and I just put them onto this website, and I just sent it to him, and I was like, there's my portfolio. And looking back now, how stupid was I? But I was doing what I knew best. Like that's all I knew. I didn't know more than that. So I was trying to get I just wanted him to see my pictures and know that I'm actually serious about my photography. I'm not just pissing about, basically. And a couple of days later, I assume he must have checked his emails while he's on holiday, bless him. But he checked his emails and he messaged me saying that my pictures were really good. And I remember, I'm never going to forget that, because it was one of the happiest moments of my life. I've never had somebody else critique my pictures or anybody to give me any feedback or advice, because when you're blogging, you're always taking your own pictures and you're taking product shots, so no one's really looking at the picture. They're looking more at the product and what you're talking about. So I've never had anyone actually tell me, like my family and everyone used to love the way I take pictures of the kids and the family and all that kind of stuff, but it wasn't really like, I don't know, I didn't see it like a big thing until I applied for uni. He said he loved my portfolio, and he basically said that I can start in September as long as I brush up my skills on f-stops and iOS and all that crap. Basically, he told me to go back and do a bit of my own little studying over summer, and by September that I should be ready for uni. So damn happy that day. I remember, oh god, I was so happy. And thinking about it is making me more happy. I can't believe the last 2 years has gone by so fast. But yeah, so what I did was I went back and YouTube. So if you're applying for a course that you're like have no qualifications in, out everything about the course, a lot of photography you can learn yourself. There's a lot of YouTube videos out there. There's a lot of people on Instagram, even TikTok nowadays. You can pick up so many tips, tricks, and just basic information on photography. So I just went all out. I bought myself a notebook and I just taught myself all the basics, and I just brushed up my skills, and I carried on taking pictures. That's one thing. If you're doing a creative or art subject, keep building on your portfolio. Just because you've got to one step forward doesn't mean you stop, like, oh, okay, I'm in. I just carried on taking pictures at every given opportunity. So that is basically how I got myself into university without having any qualifications on the subject. It was mostly my passion behind the subject, and it was mostly more like the kind of stuff that I think more than my because I had no qualifications in photography. It was just my work. It was literally based, I got in based on my portfolio. So if I was going to give advice to anybody that's applying for anything and you don't have the qualifications for it, build your knowledge on that subject. Build your knowledge, so even when you do go for your interview, when you present yourself, or when you're talking and your tutor or whoever it is that's whoever's doing the interview, they will see that you're not messing about. You're not here to just get into university. You know what you're talking about, and you want to do what you're here for. If you present yourself well, it just gets you halfway there, and then the rest is whatever you've got to show. So I would advise, build on your portfolio, work hard on building your knowledge on the subject. And I know this won't work for every single subject. However, I know someone personally that's got onto a different course where they strictly on their website said that you have to have your English, maths and science B or above, and this person didn't have that. She went and she literally gave it her all because she had so much passion about the subject. She was so into it that when she spoke to the tutors, she personally went, what you have to do is you have to be on a level with them. If you're on a level with someone, they will hear you out. If you go to them all smug and like, oh my god, I know everything, but for some reason I won't be able to get in because I don't have the degree, the qualifications, but you know, I know everything. But if you're going to go like that, they're going to look at you like, if you don't have the qualifications, I highly doubt you know anything. However, if you go presenting yourself as who you are, talk about your passion, talk about your build up to why you've even applied to that course, it will show them that you mean business and you're not taking the piss. So you're there to get in. I applied quite late into the year, which is still possible. So I used to think if you don't apply in the beginning of the year, you're not going to get a place and stuff. However, they always have, universities have a period, I forgot what they call it, but they have a period where you can go and apply for the when there's like spaces left on the course. I literally forgot the word, but you can go and apply for that course and you could most probably get in. Just go in, show your face, show that you're passionate about what you want to do, and I 100% believe that you would get in, because I myself did, and so did this other person. And many people, they just go and they show that, even the people on my course, a lot of them are really, I'm not even joking, like I wouldn't class myself as amazing up there, but there are some people on my course that are like amazing at what they do. Their pictures are amazing, their skills are amazing. It's mad. So that's the end of my video. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys want to see more university related content, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.